Hey guys, welcome to another episode of A Hungry Leo, and we are making a heartwarming broccoli cheddar soup. Make sure you subscribe. So you'll need a 1/4 cup or 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter. So that's just about half a stick of butter. And I use unsalted because you want to adjust the salt towards the end of making this recipe. Next, you'll need a 1/2 cup of yellow onion chopped. And here's how you chop an onion. I usually cut off both ends of the onion. Alright, next you should peel off like a few layers. I do about 2 layers. And next, chop the onion. I realized in this recipe, a 1/2 cup was just about a half of a medium onion. So yeah, I chop like following the lines of the onion, and then I do it the opposite way in pretty nice sized chunks. You don't have to mince it like garlic, but just chop it roughly. Alright, next you'll need 2 cups of carrots, grated or shredded. And for this recipe, 2 cups was about 2 to 3 medium or large carrots. And you want a nice peeler and a nice grater. Also, just from experience, I highly recommend investing in nice quality tools to assist you in cooking. Like I got this new peeler right here. It just went so smooth and it made my job so much more easier than my old one. So yeah, highly recommend. Alright, after peeling it, I'm just gonna cut off both ends of the carrots, and don't worry, that's butter on a knife. Now you want to take that grater, just grate it on the largest end of the grater. So next you'll need 3 cups of broccoli florets. And also I realized it was about 3 large broccoli heads that made 3 cups. But then again, with all produce, it depends, it varies depending on the size of the produce. But it was about roughly 3 broccoli florets, so I would get like 4 of them just to make sure you have enough. So I cut off the base of it as shown, and next I break it apart, and then I'm going to cut the base off the smaller parts again. And I also, you see the little leaf, I usually keep the leaf inside of the soup. It's pretty nutritious, so yes. So after cutting that base off of the smaller one, then we're going to break it up again. And if it's still a large base, I will cut it off again. Next, use 1 can or 14 ounces of chicken broth, 1 cup of whole milk and 1 cup of heavy cream, and 1/4 cup or 4 tablespoons of flour. Lastly, 2 cups of shredded mild cheddar cheese. Also, highly recommend using a block of cheese. I do not get pre-shredded cheese anymore after learning that pre-shredded cheese has an anti-caking agent on it. And it can make your recipe kind of powdery, just like what's on the cheese. So, and lastly, a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne powder and salt and pepper to taste. All right, let's get cooking. We're gonna melt the butter. So add the butter and melt until sizzling. And this is what we're going to use to saute the vegetables. You want to heat the pot up to a medium-high heat. So yeah, just roll it around to encourage melting. Then next, add the onions, carrots, and broccoli florets into the sizzling butter. We're going to saute that until just about the broccoli floret should be like a really bright green color. And that's when you know it's good to go. So about, I guess, almost 3 to 4 minutes. Just give it a nice mix so everything's evenly coated with the butter. So this is how it should look, a nice bright green color. Okay, next we're going to add the chicken broth in the half and half mixture. And pour in the half and half, which is the half milk and half heavy cream. And give it a nice mix. Continue to cook it on a nice medium-high heat. All right, next we're going to add the flour. The flour is used just as a thickener. It combines with the butter. If you ever made a roll before, which is like butter and flour, basically that's a thickener. All right, next we're gonna add the salt and pepper to taste, as well as the 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne powder. Now the cayenne gives it a nice small kick to kind of round out all of the flavors. And at this point, you should balance out the salt that you like, and it should taste pretty good at this point before adding cheese. And finally, we're going to add the shredded cheddar cheese. Now just go ahead and throw everything in there and give it a nice mix to melt the cheese. Looks nice and creamy at this point. And if your soup is too thick, just add a little bit more chicken broth or half and half to like loosen it a little bit. All right, now you can add the soup to your favorite bowl. And at this point, you can go ahead and remove the soup from the heat to stop the cooking process. Now you want to serve immediately. And what I like to do, and this is totally optional, top it with some oyster crackers or soup crackers. To me, it gives it a nice texture when you eat it. And that's all, folks. Now you have a nice and creamy, heartwarming broccoli cheddar soup. Enjoy this in the fall, winter, or anytime. Super yummy, super easy. That's all, guys. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at ahungryleo, my website ahungryleo.com, and all inquiries to ahungryleo@gmail.com. And on my website, you can find this recipe in my digital cookbook, the Cooking Guidebook issue number 1, as well as 13 other recipes.